So we have this rhetoric that pops up every now and then in our subconscious, telling us,
oh yeah, but you don't deserve that. The reason you don't deserve that is because of you aren't going to get that because you've never had that before, so why would you get that now?
and it's very hard to quieten that voice, or we just ignore it because it's easier than dealing with it. The only reason you should be looking back at your past is seeing how far you've come. Whatever area in your life that you're struggling with right now, is there a subconscious part of you that's going, oh yeah, but I don't deserve anything better than this? Hi guys, and welcome back. So today I wanted to talk about self-worth and self-belief. I have touched on these themes before, but I wanted to come back to it because I think we always need to come back to things and recognise where we still need to do the work. And it's just something that's come up recently for me, and I've noticed it in a number of sort of friends and clients as well. So let's get into it. When we talk about self-worth, we're talking about saying to ourselves, this is what I truly believe I deserve, and this is where I want to go in my life with the belief that I have about myself, so that I'm confident, that I am happy, that I have a sense of peace about myself. That's what most people are kind of looking for in life as a general rule. Unfortunately, of course, most of us don't have that going on. A lot of us are struggling from past trauma, and I use the word trauma, I don't mean necessarily the worst of things, but as we've grown up, it could have been words said, it could have been actions that were happening, and that's made your sense of self-belief less strong in terms of what you feel you deserve. Now, when we do the work, we work on all these elements of going, you know what, I'm not willing to put up with this anymore. This is my boundaries. These are what I'm willing to accept. This is what I'm not willing to accept. These are the things that I believe about myself, and these are the things that I'm no longer willing to hold on to. Now, often we can kind of do that and we can apply it to a lot of elements within our life, but there may be just one element in your life that is just not holding on to, okay? So we may be focused on career, we may be focused on like love life, relationships, we may be focused on improving our family life, our home life, or even just our social life. So just making more time to see friends and family. And maybe 3 out of 4 of those things are actually going really well. You may have set some really great boundaries, for example, with friends and family. You are improving your physical health, so you feel more confident and strong. Maybe you are going for that career that you've always dreamed of, never thought you'd have belief in yourself to do, but now you're doing it. But then there's this element in the relationship side of things where you're still putting up with poor behaviour, or you don't believe in yourself enough that you deserve a good relationship. The same, as I say, could be applied into career. Maybe there's a career that you really love, you've never gone for it because you don't believe you actually deserve it. Or maybe home life is never that great and you've not really implemented the things such as boundary setting that would make this a better home life for you. So whatever the element is, normally there's at least one element that we're trying to work on. So we have this rhetoric that pops up every now and then in our subconscious, telling us,
oh yeah, but you don't deserve that. The reason you don't deserve that is because of you aren't going to get that because you've never had that before, so why would you get that now?
And it's very hard to quieten that voice, or we just ignore it because it's easier than dealing with it. Now, I'm here to tell you that yes, your past is your past, and we do need to leave the past in the past, okay? Your past, the only reason you should be looking back at your past is seeing how far you've come. You should be looking at your past going, I am so pleased that I'm no longer that person that I am today. I'm no longer willing to continue with that poor behaviour by myself or accepting bad behaviour by others. I'm no longer willing to be, for relationship purposes, I'm no longer willing to be in a relationship that makes me feel unsafe, uncomfortable, on edge. And these are the things that I've implemented to grow from that, because this is why I'm no longer that person. And when that little rhetoric comes up for you, that little subconscious voice comes into your brain going,
you're not going to get a good relationship because look at all the relationships before. They were all rubbish. You are going to get this because look at what you did in the past.
You are not your past. Hopefully you have learned from your past. Hopefully you have put in place certain expectations of yourself that say, I would never return to that bad behavior, or I would never accept this behavior towards me, or I would never be willing to do X, Y, and Z in that relationship. And if you can honestly say to yourself, do you know what? No, those are my rules, those are my protocols, those are the things that I would go to, then why would you not deserve a really good relationship? Why would you not deserve a really great career? Why would you not deserve a great home life, a great social life? Whatever area in your life that you're struggling with right now, have a little think. Is there something that's subconsciously going on in the back of your brain when you entertain the idea of a better career, a better relationship, or a new relationship, whatever it might be? Is there a subconscious part of you that's going, oh yeah, but I don't deserve anything better than this? Or if I get this, it's not going to be any better, so I'm better to be, for example, I'm better to be single, I'm better to stay in this job, or I'm better to just put up with this home life. You don't need to just put up with. You do not need to accept that you need to lower your standards just because that's what you did in the past. That's not the person you are anymore. You absolutely can look at the past to go, do you know what, that's not me anymore. Look at how much I've grown. This is where I am now. You absolutely look at the past like that. But don't be looking at your past and using it as an excuse for not going forward in your life, but B, also allowing it to overrule your mind and your heart to not do something that you know would bring you joy. I think, as I say, it's so easy for us to look back and then, or have this little voice in our head telling us why we don't deserve something, when in fact we should be saying to ourselves, do you know what? I worked really hard on myself and I've taken time out. I've done the work that I feel is necessary to be a better person. I recognise the mistakes I've made in my past, or I recognise where I really should have taken those opportunities for like my career, and I'm now implementing them. I'm now deciding and choosing me. I'm choosing the best version for me in this life moving forward. I don't want to move forward the next 40 odd years holding on to some past idea that I had about myself, because that's not who I am anymore. And it's not who you are anymore. You have grown, you have learnt, and you are moving forward now. So this is just a reminder to you to, frankly, stand in front of a mirror and turn around to yourself and say, like, I deserve this. I deserve this. This is the work I've done. I have all the tools within me to be the best person in this job. I have all the tools within me to offer the best kind of love to the next person in a relationship. I have all the tools within me to be able to provide an amazing home life that I deserve without breaking my own boundaries, my own decisions of what I consider to be the right and the wrong things for me. Because the moment we release ourselves of this guilt we're basically holding on to, I think is the moment we allow ourselves to be open, as I say, to opportunities, to love, to really recreating amazing social dynamics. So if this has been helpful for you, do let me know and comment below, and I will see you again in the next one. Take care.